Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm checking out the 10 deadliest national parks. This should be good. Hopefully we'll get to go to national parks one day. But this would be good to know what we shouldn't go to, or maybe what we should be careful if we ever visit these ones. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever been to any of these national parks, and would you class them as dangerous / deadly? Let me know in the comments below, guys, and if you could leave a like and subscribe, that would be amazing. We have some really fun content coming for you soon. October 1st is going to be a day you need to keep in your brain, to make sure you check the channel out on October 1st. But if you could just check out for the next 10 days too, that would be great. Let's go. The 10 deadliest national parks. What have we got? So far, it looks pretty.
Have you ever thought you might not make it home from a trip to a national park? Nobody does. I mean, unless it's the 1980s, you listen to The Cure too much, you wear only black, and your parents forced you to go. But most people don't think they're gonna die on a trip to a national park, but it does happen. The United States is home to some of the most beautiful national parks in the world. These parks can be fun, but they can also be dangerous. Every year, people get croaked at these parks from various causes: drowning, falls, medical emergencies, auto accidents. America's national parks welcomes millions of visitors every single year, but some of them don't make it home alive.
Oh, wow.
The national park system isn't just the big national parks like Arches, Yosemite, Big Bend, the Great Smoky Mountains. They have historic sites, recreation areas, national forests, and national seashores. Newly released data collected by the Public Risk Management Program from the National Park Service shows that between 2014 and early April 2023, over 2,600 visitors have died in the national parks.
What?
Of those,
Like, what are they doing though to die? Like, is it animals? Oh god, I'm scared.
204 died in 2022 alone. The deadliest year was 2019. Actually, it's tied with 2017, but the record is 320 dead in 1 year. Today, we're looking at which 10 of these places are you statistically most likely to catch an early dirt nap. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look.
Oh gosh, okay, let's go. We've got an ad, but we're going to skip it, because I need to find out where I'm going to die if I go. So that was really...
Number 10, Zion National Park, Utah. Zion National Park is in southern Utah, not too far from St. George. If you're ever going to go see national parks and you want to, let's say, knock out a bunch in a week, I would go here. You got Zion right there, not too far away. You got Bryce Canyon, and then you have Canyonlands National Park. You got Capitol Reef National Park. Those are all in southern Utah. If you want to cross over the border into Arizona, northern Arizona, you have the Grand Canyon. So, yeah, that's a great trip. Zion National Park averages about 4.5 million visitors a year.
I would not want to be walking
This is a great place to hike. If you want to up your Instagram game, this is one of the best spots to go to. From 2014 to 2023, Zion National Park saw 43 deaths. 22 of them were from falls, and 8 were from environmental problems. They say environmental issues, which would be hypothermia, heat stroke, things like that.
Okay. Wow, I would not want to fall.
Number 9.
I think that would probably be one of the worst ways for me to go.
And Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming. Grand Teton is another place that's just beautiful. If you go there in the winter, I think it's a little bit better. I've been through there twice in the summer and about 3 times during the winter. And yeah, the winter, it's a beautiful place. I mean, it's not like the summer sucks or anything like that. I just prefer the winter there a little bit better. The good news is they don't have bear attacks every summer, so that's always good. That actually is very, very rare in national parks or even in the United States. Bear attacks are extremely rare, but for some reason everyone seems to think that they're going to go out in the woods and a grizzly's going to pull them away. Up there near the Canadian border, you have Glacier National Park, which isn't on this list. They had a weird story going back some years. I think it was 1966. They had 2 bear attacks in one night, fatal bear attacks in one night, different parts of the park. So it wasn't the same bear had just, freaked out and started killing people. 2 separate people were killed by bears, and they hadn't had one in like the 30 years prior, and I don't think they've had one since. Anyway, Grand Teton sees about 4 million visitors a year. From 2014 to 2023, they had 48 deaths. 21 of those were from falls.
Oh, yeah, the falls, I guess. That's the main one.
Number 8, Rocky Mountain National Park, Colorado. The Rocky Mountain National Park is different from the Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains are huge. The Rocky Mountain National Park is a section of it. Rocky Mountain National Park is in between Fort Collins and Boulder, Colorado, to the west of both of them. This is another one that if you've got a good camera, you could up your Instagram game quite a bit here. Every time I've gone there, I've been amazed at the scenery, but I just look at some of the equipment some of these photographers have in different areas, and they're just trying to get that perfect shot. It's like, I want to do that, but I know there's not a whole bunch of money in it. I don't know.
Is that like the main reason they fall? Like, because they're trying to take photos?
They make some good money. The ones that do go to places like this, just they wait all day to get the perfect shots. I'm more of a camera tech nerd than a photographer. Rocky Mountain National Park sees about 4.2 million visitors a year. They've got some great hiking trails too. If you like to hike, you already know about it. But if you're just getting into hiking, this has got a lot of different trails for you. Some of them might be a little too hard for a beginning hiker, but it's well worth doing a couple miles here. The Rocky Mountain National Park sees about 4.2 million visitors every year. And from 2014 to 2023, they saw 49 deaths. 18 of them were from falls.
Oh, wow.
Number 7. Number 7 is a twofer. You got Mount Rainier and Denali in Alaska. Let's start with Mount Rainier National Park in Washington State. If you don't know where Mount Rainier is, it is south of Seattle, a little closer to Tacoma. If you look to the south and see a mountain peak, that's it. If you do ever go visit here and you go by State Route 706, beautiful. Between Ashford and Long...
I'd love to walk like through the snowy woods, but I'd be scared of bears, if I'm being honest. I know he just said that bear attacks are not not common, but that would still be going through my head. But that does look so beautiful.
Longmire, there's a little restaurant inn place called the Copper Creek Inn. Stop in there. Great food. It's a nice little, it's pretty cool. It's almost like one of those country stores and restaurants, like tucked in off the road in the woods. It's really nice. Anyway, Mount Rainier between 2014 and 2023 saw 51 deaths. 19 of them were from falls, and 12 were from environmental issues, like I said earlier, hypothermia, things like that.
What were the rest from?
Froze to death. Part 2 of number 7, Denali, Alaska. Denali National Park is one of the best national parks we have, and it's really not visited that much. They see less than 300,000 visitors every single year. It's huge, it's beautiful, and hardly anyone goes there. They'd probably have a lot more deaths if they had more people visiting, but they don't. They had a total, again, just like Mount Rainier, 51 deaths. 18 of them were from environmental issues.
Cold. I'd probably die from cold too.
Number 6, Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. It touches all of them. This one is huge. This
is one of the big ones we want to go to, so let's find out what we shouldn't do if we go there.
Yoellowstone is known for its geysers, its bison, and of course the most famous geyser of all, Old Faithful. It is also home to Yogi Bear. Isn't that amazing? Yogi Bear used to live in Yellowstone, the cartoon. Remember that? Just kidding. He was actually from Jellystone National Park, the fictional Jellystone National Park, in case any of you are trying to look it up on the list of national parks. Every year you hear about someone dying doing something they weren't supposed to in Yellowstone National Park. A couple years ago, a guy decided he wanted to get closer to one of the geysers, and he fell in. Besides being very hot, it's very acidic. He dissolved. And I don't know when we're going to see someone killed by one of the...
He dissolved? That must have been traumatic for... Well, I don't know. Was it quick for him? But it must have been traumatic for everybody else watching, too.
But every single year, someone gets off the little trail and decides to take a selfie with one, and then they get launched in the air or they get run over, something like that. Follow the rules, people. Oddly enough, Yellowstone is not the most visited national park. It's one of the most famous ones.
Really?
But it's actually 7th when you list all the big ones, like the Grand Canyon, Yosemite, all those places. It's number 7 on that list. Yellowstone only gets about 4 million visitors every single year, and between 2014 and 2023, they had 52 deaths. 12 of those were from motor vehicle crashes, and 12 were from medical and natural causes. Like someone had a heart attack, they got run over by a buffalo, something like that. Number 5, Sequoia in Kings Canyon, California. Sequoia in Kings Canyon National Park is like the often overlooked middle child to Yosemite and Death Valley National Park. They don't really see a lot of people, but it's a pretty cool place. I've been to this one. It's, I was younger, but it was still pretty cool. Like I said, this one's often overlooked because you got Yosemite right up the road, and that, that's going to get all the attention. Sequoia only sees 1.3 million visitors every single year.
That's a lot of people.
They got a good
still.
amount of deaths. Between 2014 and 2023, they saw 75 deaths. 25 of those were from falls, and 13 were from drownings. They got some fast-moving rivers up there. Number 4, the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, North Carolina and Tennessee. The Great Smoky Mountains are amazing. Whenever someone's talking about mountains, they always want to talk about the Rocky Mountains or something like that. But the Appalachian Mountains, in my opinion, are just as impressive. The Great Smoky Mountain National Park normally sees about 11 million visitors. But in 2021, they saw 14.1 million visitors. It is the most visited national park we have. 2022, they dropped down to 13.5 million visitors. But the Great Smoky Mountain National Park from 2014 to 2023 saw 80 deaths. 29 of those were motor vehicle crashes.
So I'm guessing you can drive through them, right? Otherwise, it's just people driving in that aren't allowed. Let me know in the comments below.
Number 3, Yosemite National Park. In my opinion, this is the one that everyone should have on their bucket list. Absolutely. Now, I said Zion's pretty cool, and there's a lot of really cool national parks. Yosemite is just, it's otherworldly, I think. Yosemite National Park sees just a little under 4 million visitors a year. That's a lot lower than I thought it was going to be. It is kind of out in the middle of nowhere by itself. I mean, San Francisco's a good distance away, like 3.5 hours, and LA's like 8 hours away. I mean, the closest real city to Yosemite National Park is probably Modesto. And yeah, nobody goes to Modesto. If you ever do go, people will tell you this, but make sure if you're going to hike it, go to the John Muir Trail. Go up the back of Half Dome. You'll be able to see all these waterfalls. Oh, it's amazing. But yeah, Yosemite sees almost 4 million visitors a year. From 2014 to 2023, they had 126 deaths. 45 of those were from falls. A lot of people climbing up stuff they probably shouldn't in Yosemite.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Number 2, the Grand Canyon National Park, Arizona. Grand Canyon, this one surprises me at how...
It's going to be number 1 then.
Few people go see it, because I really thought it would be the number 1 national park. I really did. I just thought so many people go there. I've been there 2 or 3 times. Once when I was younger. The thing about the Grand Canyon, it is very cool to see. You get there, but after about 20 minutes, you're done with the Grand Canyon. I was young and we took that mule train. I don't even know if they do it anymore. Ride the mules to the bottom of the canyon. I was about sick of that mule after about 10 minutes. I was hoping to get attacked by the local indigenous people. I actually said something. I forget what I said. Like, are we going to be attacked and killed by the locals? I forget what I said, but I said it out loud.
Horseshoe Bend is stunning.
Guide was right next to me. He goes, well, I haven't killed you yet, have I? I guess he was a local indigenous person. Only about 5 million people visit the Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona every year. From 2014 to 2023, 134 people died at the Grand Canyon. Of that, 42 of them were from medical reasons, heart attacks, strokes, things like that. They have an overabundance of elderly people there, I've noticed, so maybe they just, their time was up when they were there.
Well, that up and down as well. Before we get to
number 1, don't forget we have another channel called On This Day. There's a link for that down below. All right, on to number 1.
What's number 1?
And number 1, Lake Mead National Recreation Area, Nevada.
Oh, okay.
This one is right outside of Las Vegas. It's kind of part of the Colorado River system. It's where Hoover Dam is, and you've probably seen it in recent news because the lake is going dry. Well, we just had a whole bunch of rain, so it might be filling up again, but it got to record low, and they started finding bodies there. Bodies that had been there for decades. Your first thought is
I would not want to see that.
Mob related. The mafia has been dumping people there for years. No, of the people they found, only a couple of them they think had mob ties. The rest were just people that were drunk and boating and disappeared. I mean, one guy was found in a drum, like a big oil drum. They actually pulled him out, his clothes didn't deteriorate over the decades. He was put in there like in the mid-70s, and they tracked his clothes back to a local Kmart. Lake Mead, because it's a big place for boating, fishing, and, people trying to get away from the desert heat. It sees a lot of people. 7 million people visit Lake Mead National Recreation Area every single year. From 2014 to 2023, 145 people died. 47 of them drowned. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some...
Yeah, I think falling or drowning would be the worst for me. I don't know. I don't want to die on any of them, but that would be the worst ones for me. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you have any wacky stories from any of these national parks or any national parks that you have visited. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.